All right, what's up? Brent here from LearnJazzStandards.com, and recently we did a video analyzing the chord changes to Autumn Leaves, and so today I thought it'd be really cool to do a video analyzing the chord changes to the jazz standard All the Things You Are by Jerome Kern. I mean, this is one of my favorite jazz standards, and it's a really interesting song full of really cool harmonic movement. And like I said in the Autumn Leaves video, studying these standards this way, really analyzing them by Roman numerals and seeing how all these chords relate to the parent key center can really be helpful for us mapping out these songs and ultimately be able to improvise over them better, even learn them better. All right, so I'm gonna jump into that. I'm gonna get behind the computer, show you my in-depth analysis of All the Things You Are.
All right, check out my chords analysis of All the Things You Are here. And like I already said, I love this tune, and there's so many lessons we can draw from it. But one of the most important lessons we can draw from it is that it's a great study in the cycling of force. And we're going to go over this in a second of how the chords are almost completely cycling in force. But not only that, the melody also largely cycles in force. Right? Okay, so there's a lot of force going on there in the movement. So that's something to note just from the beginning. Now, the other thing that I want to point out here is that I've color-coded this entire chart here into different colors. And this is for organizational purposes, that we're not just looking at a big cluster of a bunch of chords and a bunch of Roman numerals, right? So this is so it's easier on the eyes here. And the way I've organized my analysis is by key centers. In All the Things You Are, there are 5 different key centers that we're going to go into in this song. And so I've organized it as such. That's a lot of key centers, right? This is not necessarily the easiest of songs to learn, play, or even improvise over. But I think by breaking it down this way, we can make a little bit more sense of it. So blue is the parent key, which is A flat major, concert A flat major. So if you're a B flat instrument, like a tenor sax player, you got to transpose that up a whole step to B flat major. Or if you're an E flat instrument, like an alto sax player, you're going to want to go to F major, right? So that it sounds like a concert A flat major. So make sure if you're a non-C instruments player that you know your transpositions. That's really important. But for demonstrations purposes, this is for C. This is a C instrument version of an analysis that I have here. In my book, the Jazz Standards Playbook, I actually do have different versions for each one. So, okay, let's move to the next one. So blue is the parent key. Green is concert C major, okay? Red is E flat major. Yellow is G major. And purple is E major. And that is all of the different key centers there, the 5 key centers. Now, I think to start off us on the right foot here, let's just listen to some piano voicings, some basic piano voicings going through the entire form, just so we can hear the harmony and associate with the chords that we're looking at. All right, let's take a look now. Now we heard what it sounds like. Let's take a closer look at the harmony here. So let's look at the first 5 bars, okay? Just the first 5 bars here. Now, the first thing to notice is that we start on the 6th chord, which is F minor 7, right? F minor 7, okay? That's really important to note. And then we go to a 2-5-1 into A flat major 7, the parent key center. Right? And then D flat major in bar 5 is the 4 chord to A flat major 7, right? It's important that you understand your harmonic series here. You know how to harmonize a major scale with 7th chords. That's a really important fundamental to understanding this chords, these Roman numeral analysis here. So, moving on, what happens here in bar 6? Suddenly, we switch key centers here, okay? We switch to the key of C major 7. Now, I have here a G7, which is the 5 chord to C major 7. Okay, but you can also add a 2 in front of this G7. So what would the 2 chord be in the key of C major 7? Give you a second to think about that. D minor 7, right? So 2, 5, 1, D minor 7, G7, C major 7. But you can just do a G7 here. So going through those first 8 bars now, it's F minor 7, B flat minor 7, E flat 7, A flat major 7, D flat major 7, 5 chord into C major 7, so which is the new key center, C major 7. Now, why did Jerome Kern choose to do this? I have no idea, but it sounds super awesome, right? Okay, so then what happens? What happens here in bar 9? All of a sudden, we're changing into new key center, and a great way to remember this is just to think, okay, we're going to transition to the next key center by turning this C major 7 into a minor 7 chord, right? So flat that 3rd, flat that 7, all of a sudden we have the 6th chord of the new key center, which is what? Oops, zoomed out. E flat major 7. Let me zoom back in so we can see it better. Here we go. Yeah, okay, so E flat major 7. All right, now here's something really important to note. Look at the chords here, the Roman numerals. 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. Okay, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. Does that look familiar? It sure does, because if you look back up here at the first 5 bars, 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. So essentially, in bars 9 through 13 here, we're repeating 6, 2, 5, 1, 4, right? It's the exact same Roman numeral chord analysis. We're just in a different key now. So it's C minor 7, 6th chord, 2 chord, 5 chord, 1 chord, E flat major 7, and then A flat major 7 is the 4 chord. Okay, now we're going to move into the next key center now. And actually, in this case, I've added a 2 in front of the 5. But if we just, like we did here in bar 6, just put the D7 in front, literally it's actually the exact same relationship as up here with bars 5 through 6. It's the same key center relationship. We're going... we're moving here in a major 3rd, actually. So E flat to G is the new key center. If you think about that, that's a major 3rd up. So we're cycling here into a major 3rd. So from A flat major 7, which is the 4 chord, we're going A minor 7, D7, G major 7. Now those 2, 5, 1s, right? Those are super important. Like they're everywhere in here. 2, 5, 1, 2, 5, 1, right? Back here, 2, 5, 1. Got to know those 2, 5, 1s. Okay, 2, 5, 1 into G major 7. Now, here, this is kind of an optional chord. You don't have to play this. We have an E7 here, which is like the dominant 6 in the key of G major 7. So, now what is that doing? That's essentially acting as a 5 of 2, okay? It's leading us into this 2 chord, this A minor 7. You can alter that 6th chord and go into the 2 chord, A minor 7 right there. Okay, again, now we're just repeating it here. So we're hanging out in the key of G major for a second. 2, 5, 1. Right? Okay, pretty simple. Now, moving on. We're moving into another key center now, right? What's going on now? What's going on here? We're essentially transitioning. Let's look at the relationship between the next key center. So we have G major 7 is the key center right now. Now we're moving into E major 7. So that's essentially a minor 3rd down, if we're thinking of it that way, to a new key center. So now we have a G major 7, and just a half step down, bass with the bass note. We go to F minor 7, to a B7, to an E major 7, right? F sharp minor 7, B7, E major 7. Again, 2, 5, 1, super important into that new key center. So it sounds super cool, right? I mean, it almost seems like why did Jerome Kern write it this way? Like, why did he transfer into all these different key centers? Like, what was the rhyme or reason? I mean, can't really know for sure, but as you can see, there's a lot of patterns going on here. Like, especially the most prominent one is bars 1 through 5 and bars 9 through 13. And even the relationship between the key centers here, the D flat and the A flat and the C major, and the E flat and the G major, right? They're all related to each other. Okay, now here I have this color-coded blue because this C alt chord, we were on the E flat or the E major 7, and now we're going C alt, which means, you can flat the 13, sharp, whatever alteration, flat 9, sharp 9, whatever you want to do. It's the 5 of 6, so that's why I'm considering it in the key of A flat. Let's move on to the next page. All right, here we are. Okay, so now all of a sudden we're starting back here. This is considered like the last A section, you could call it. So now we're back here again at the 6, 2, 5, 1, and then 4 right here in bar 29. That's a complete exact copy of what we started the song with, the first 5 bars of the song, okay? Now, bars 29 through 32, I have kind of highlighted a little bit here because while I'm considering all this to be in the key of A flat major, hence all the blue here, I'm also recognizing that there's some different stuff going on here in the chords. So let's take a look. So we're starting on the 4 chord here. That's D flat major 7. Now there's a couple different options for this bar where I have the G flat 13. You can think of that as the dominant 4 of 4 of the D flat major 7. So that can happen. Some people just go D flat major 7 to D flat minor 7. Okay, that's a possibility too. So the minor 4. So there's a few different options there. I have G flat 13 in there. 13 because that's the melody note, the 13th. Okay, then we have the 3 chord with it, which is C minor 7. And then we have a B diminished 7 there, which you can think of as the flat 3 diminished, okay? And that's acting as a passing chord, that B diminished, from the C minor 7, the 3 chord, to get to the 2 chord here in bar 33. So it goes C minor 7, the 3 chord, flat 3 diminished, 2 chord, B flat minor 7, all right? So it's a passing diminished chord. Yeah, so it's really not that difficult. I wouldn't get too hung up on it. It's not that difficult to understand necessarily. Again, this could be just a G flat 13. To C minor 7 or B flat minor 7 right there. Okay, so essentially we're just trying to get from this 4 chord to this 2 chord, right? And all this entire line is doing is helping us transition there. It's not necessarily going in the most diatonic of senses. Like we have this passing diminished chord, we have this 4/7 of 4 here, or the minor 4, but it's all moving towards this 2 here, which we end the song with a 2, 5, 1, right? Okay, so I think it's way easier to understand the song. Let's go back to the first page. If we just recognize the different key centers here, if we can just separate that out and then recognize those patterns like the 6, 2, 5, 1, 4 and going into this next key center right here. So if we can understand those patterns, we can understand where the different key centers are, it can really help us understand this entire song better.
All right, I hope that was really helpful for you. So if you have other ways of analyzing these chord changes, feel free to let me know in the comments below. Ultimately, there's a lot of different ways you can look at this kind of stuff. And the way that I look at it, maybe you have a different idea of a certain section, and maybe to look at it differently. So feel free to share with me, share with the community in the comments. Let us know if you have any alternative ways of analyzing parts of this song. I also want to let you know that we came out with a really awesome new ebook and companion course called the Jazz Standards Playbook. And this is a study, an in-depth study of 10 important jazz standards that will help you learn any other standard. And by knowing these really well, it will really help your jazz playing, really help you for all kinds of other standards that you'll have to learn. So if you want to check that out, go to thejazzstandardsplaybook.com. We already got a lot of people taking that companion course or just simply getting that ebook, and it's really helping a lot of them, so check that out. Remember, if you like this video, subscribe to YouTube, like our Facebook page, join our jazz community at learnjazzstandards.com/join. I'm signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.